Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is the Queen of Wands. Thank you so much for being here today. I haven't been able to do a lot of reading for the last, 6 months or so. Um, yeah, I've been handling some personal matters which have been accomplished quite well, let's put it that well, and required my full attention. Yeah, and I hope you guys are doing okay. This reading is gonna be for, um, okay, let's do this reading for Gemini. Let's start with Gemini for the month of December, okay? All right, so let's put some cards aside just to create some space. And before we even start with this deck, I don't know why, but I need to get this deck. And it's from the Les Vampires. I was watching the other day that movie, The Twilight Zone, and and I don't know, I got inspired. Sacrifice. Okay, so this is like the Hangman. Renunciation, offering, letting go, sacrifice. So like the Hangman, you got to put yourself in a position where you got to completely surrender the outcome of a situation. You know how we want things to go a certain way, you know, you got to sacrifice that. Sometimes sacrifice is when you sacrifice your love for somebody due to other circumstances. That requires sacrifice. It reminds me of that song from Elton John, Sacrifice. But it can be surrenderance. You got to surrender, yeah, the outcome of something, or how things are supposed to go. Like that is sometimes when people do like have an agenda, or they have a certain planning, it has to go a certain way. What do you need to surrender? What do you need to sacrifice? Like maybe you're looking for ultimate love connection, or you're looking for the ultimate man, or the perfect man, or the perfect woman, with a perfect body. And some people have to sacrifice that mentality, that no such thing. Maybe in your heart, in your mind, in your dreams, you're looking for that, but the beautiful swan, you killed her. Yeah, you killed her. Or if it's not you, somebody, it's a metaphor, but somebody killed a beautiful swan. She was beautiful just the way she was, with those imperfections, those flaws. But it's like never enough. It's like never enough. What do you need to let go? Is something that you don't see in yourself, or they don't see them in themselves, that they need to perfect it in you. The tendency to fix somebody else is because nobody wants to deal with their own issues. So those are questions that require a bit of attention. Let's put it here. Okay, so that's eternal youth in the bottom of the deck. And the skull here, the death, right? You see, again, the sacrifice, energy, newness, vitality. What do you need to eternal youth? It can be in the heart, it can be in the soul. Music breathe joy and youthfulness, right? And that slowly it will be expressed externally as well. Yeah, the youthful attitude, it comes from just being genuinely, carefree, free spirited, like, without over analyzing things, or without too much expectations, because that makes you old practically by too much planning. This situation requires you to be joyful and fun and embrace yourself with all its flaws and just let it flow, kind of thing, which is hard to do. It's hard to do. I've had the feeling like somebody's looking for this perfection and beauty. Always, always. Allure, desire, manipulation, seduction. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them now because we got to do another reading. But yeah, you don't need to be overly expressive from with your external beauty. Is saying here there's something about external here. I see somebody put emphasis on the external beauty, and they want that high maintenance. They want you to be a certain way, and it's, this beauty of the external. Beauty is from within. Okay, and I see the death here. I mean, this whole deck is about death, but and with pomegranate here, it's another form of letting that old mentality die, and just embrace your fragility. And this is saying we are mortal after all, and death will come eventually to all of us in divine timing, but we embrace the moment. Right now, the gift we have is this, and we experience it and live it as joyful as we can. Yeah, the free spirit here. Exactly. Independence, free spirit is like that Fool card. You live your life to the best possibility that you can, right? You do not you don't force something. Even your when it comes to beauty, I see this emphasis of trying to look always beautiful or something. I don't know why. Anyway, somebody has this expectation of things have to be always perfect and beautiful. But what's beautiful to you is not beautiful to me, or something like that. I don't know what it is. Perfection. There's this necessity for perfection, right? All right, we got the Queen of Cups. I mean, she is a beautiful soul. Sometimes she's seen as a beautiful externally as well, but she has compassion and lots of love. She's the dream girl. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why I see somebody sees you as the dream girl, or you see them. I don't know. But it's about this Queen of Cups here. She can be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Somebody who is there. We got the Star and the Queen of Cups here. This is a person that is far away from you, from another country, another land, a person that you find her like a shining star or something beautiful to watch and observe, but it's far away, so for some reasons it cannot be reached. It's far, it's like a dream, and you just fantasize and dream about this person, but maybe it's a friend because it's Aquarius again here, and this person makes you feel special, or maybe she's special or you feel special. She puts you on a pedestal, and vice versa. There's some healing qualities to this person, or this person is fragile, and maybe is going through some healing process as well. She has this deep love and affection, and for humanity, because this big cup here is like an Aquarius is for humanity, is a lot of compassion. Maybe whatever. There's this, I see this nakedness here. Maybe there's a sense of purity and a bit of a naive or pureness to it, that unfiltered, right? Let me see. I'm just gonna put this here. Sorry. The beauty is from within, okay? Okay, I'm gonna bring this down a bit. It's important to understand that with all this water, the beauty is from within. And we have emotional intelligence here because Aquarius is also air and thoughts and logic. So this person is not all fragility and emotions. They have compassion, but they analyze their feelings. Okay, maybe there's a bit like that Queen of Swords element. Look, we have here the High Priestess. Yeah, they are in their mind, they're in their thoughts, because they love to analyze their feelings, their thoughts, their action, other people's feelings and actions. Somebody is secretly thinking about this person with a High Priestess. You are in their mind, or they are in your mind with a High Priestess. Okay, what's in the base of the matter here? The moon. Oh my God, a lot of water here. We got High Priestess and the moon and the Queen of Cups. We got a mother-daughter element here. There's somebody that is very connected to the spirit. With the moon again, there's a thin line between being psychic and a psycho. Yes. So is that silver lining, between she is connected to the spirits. There's a trajectory here between the heaven and the earth, and she is the link to deliver certain messages from the divine, I guess. There is that moon element. A lot of dream, like the Star, Queen of Cups, High Priestess. A lot of fantasies and dreams and nudity I hear. And I just started with this beauty that was like external, but I see that something needs to be sacrificed here with a swan. What is it? I'm thinking, that kids show, that beautiful swan, that she was ugly, and for some reason people kept pointing at her, but she was the most beautiful growing up. She was the most beautiful of all of them, and for some reason they were not able to see that, or they tried to always to see the ugly side of it. But that's what made her beautiful, all those flaws and all that, the flaws that comes with the moon, right? But that is the shadow side, that is the subconscious. All this reveal the subconscious, the dreams, the fantasies, and some of them are not pretty, some are nasty. And the Queen of Cups, through the Star card in Aquarius, which is very logical, reveals those messages, those deepest feelings, those nasty part of ourselves that we don't want to expose. Yes, that's what it comes, the purity aspect of this. She delivers that, she exposes that, the ugly side of ourselves. And that's beauty in imperfection, in that. Sometimes the Queen of Cups is being a person that very flirty, and like, where did I see that? I saw the seduction aspect of it that we're showing here. Free will again with the Fool and the Star. This is just a person that shows different side of themselves, right? And people don't cope well with it because it's against the humans' rules and morals, right? There are certain regulations, and you just can't you can't cross them. You gotta. But she, because the Queen of Cups, yeah, is she's seen a bit of a flirty, and because she's a man's. Sometimes that's what a man's dream about, with a perfect the perfection in her is because she exposes those dark side of themselves, and that's what makes her unique. I think that's what the moon. There's a strong combination here with the high priestess and the moon here, that and the star, lots of water, but there is thoughts too. So this person is not stupid at all. They know what they're doing, they know what they're thinking. What they're getting is downloads that has to be out there into the open, because that's the beauty of a person when they're just completely unfiltered. Yes, put it that way. Yeah. And that's not fun often, right? It's not fun because we want a certain way of being introduced and presented into the world. Yeah, with the Four of Swords, again, thoughts. Somebody here is taking a step back, resting, organizing their thoughts. Maybe yes, with they're too much water and too much in their head. Maybe sometimes maybe that's what they're doing. They're restructuring their thoughts and their feelings too. This is a person who likes to analyze their feelings. So they're not just stuck in their feelings. They like to analyze them so they can be more logical and reasonable. We got the Death card here again. We had it here in Scorpio with the Three of Cups. Oh wow! We have the Scorpio. We have a very deep person, very very deep emotionally and mentally. They're very deep. There's something has happened though with the Three of Cups. There was some sort of an ending of a friendship, but whatever that cycle was brought new depth into this connection, new level of connection, new level of friendship. Maybe what ended as a friendship now developed into something else. This is how I see this. When we bring it to the next level, right? If you're somebody that you've been connected emotionally, and now you're like, okay, we've been friends for so long, and now it has to be something else. Everybody, case is different. If you feel like nothing is moving, then for now, it's a bit of organizing your thoughts. That's a standstill point. Something has to stop and end. Maybe the death of the ego, of the expectation, what this is supposed to be. That's another thing. Okay, who is this other person we're dealing with? Because we see the Queen of Cups here, a lot of water, and she's like the dream girl. Okay, but who is this man? Who is this man we're talking about? The Wheel of Fortune. This is the man of your destiny. This is it can be oh wow, this is you, a Gemini. You're gonna say, how come? Well, the Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius, and on Jupiter, right, on Sagittarius. The opposite side of Sagittarius corresponds with Gemini. So this is your destiny, is saying. Gemini, with a Queen of Cups, you two are linked together. And the destiny, the wheel of fortune is saying that this is meant to be, it will be in time, in divine timing. This is meant to be. That again, with the moon, there are certain cycles that will bring you two together, like with a star wishing upon a star. And that's the thing. It's like, this is not just a dream, but this is your destiny. But the thing with the destiny is like, you can be destined with somebody, but can you actually be together? I mean, this somebody is meant to be for you, but will you actually be together? That's the thing. Because in your mind or in your heart, and you know there's a link there, but you know, it keeps going back in circles. I see these cycles here. But it's saying death of a friendship. And I almost see a bit of a celebration here. Whatever you think that ended, the Wheel of Fortune is saying, oh, no worries. This is just the beginning. We're just bringing it to the next level. That's all. What was as a friendship. Okay, let me just shuffle a bit more. So this is your destiny. And it's you and this person here. Okay, listen. So what is blocking you right now? Gemini. Oh, the Ten of Wands. There's a bit of a baggage here. And what is blocking you? There's been a lot going on. Too much on your shoulders. Too much responsibilities. Just because you dream and fantasize about somebody doesn't mean you want to take this responsibility on your shoulders. Okay? You know, in a relationship, it requires commitment, and it requires, there you go, sacrifices. So you can dream and fantasize the perfect woman here, you know. There's a lot of dreaming far away. When we love and dream somebody who is far away, right? We love them because they're far away. You don't have to work on anything. You just create the scenario in your head. The perfect wife, the perfect woman, the perfect body with the perfect face, right? It's easier that way. But that's the blockage here. Whatever you think is meant to be, it will be, but where was the free will here? In the end, we do have free will to make things happen, right? And independence and free spirit. On this scenario, with a free will, you gotta sacrifice something, is saying here. I don't know, maybe you need to sacrifice your freedom. That's another one, with a star here, being the free-spirited. Maybe you need to make a choice. Maybe you need to sacrifice the fact that being in a committed relationship requires actual commitment. Yeah, that's another one. And responsibility. And maybe you already have a lot of going on in your life. You just cannot add another one. You know, relationships are not something just to entertain and fantasize about. They're real responsibilities. They're real people, real life people that, you know, they work together to achieve beautiful things. But yeah, it does take two to do that. And yeah, it requires sacrifice here, definitely. And somebody has to fully commit to it, wholeheartedly commit to it, and and not halfway, something like that. I almost see like a Leo here. I don't know if you guys see that. You see this guy here? Yeah, that shows a level of strength, internal strength and courage. Yeah, so that started from the beginning here with a lot of that sacrificing your freedom, but you can still persevere and maintain your independence and your uniqueness, by still being a couple, you know. And that's the beauty of in a connection, when two people understand, they have their boundaries and there's the freedom of expressing themselves and being themselves within the relationship. That's the most beautiful outcome you can get out of this. The sacrifice is that you don't need to sacrifice that part of yourself. So what do you fear sacrificing here? That you cannot be flirty with other people. You gotta commit to one person. The only reason we look for attention elsewhere is when we're lacking something in the connection. You can, and also you're lacking something in yourself that you don't want to deal with. But if you feel that you're doing everything for yourself, but then with a partner there's something that is not working well, then you're trying to look for that connection as well elsewhere. That means there's no communication, and without communication, there's no understanding how to work on things. Relationships requires attention, and you got to work on it. Oh yeah, it doesn't just survive on its own. You got to be alert and be active, participating in this solving situations, right? But in the same time, the only way to make it work is by maintaining your sovereignty and your independence. Sometimes that's the beauty of long distance connections, when they have the space, but in the same time, you want certain closeness, right? You want to be not just on your dream world, you want to be there together, because that just, if it goes on like this forever, that just proves that somebody is scared of something, scared of real commitment, so they just prefer the illusion. Yeah, so you gotta make up your mind, or they gotta make up them, whoever, or both of you. What is it that you both want? You love just the idea, the illusion of it, or you want something, that is really fulfilling on many aspects, but requires, again, sacrifices. Oh gosh, another cycles here with the moon. Holy moly. I think somebody is really very in touch with the spirits right now, and there's a sense of fragility and openness here with the moon. A lot of moon cycles. That means that this is going on for a long time. Like there's, with tens, there's a sense of accomplishments here. Shadow side. It's about the shadows of the subconscious. So what are you subconsciously doing or not doing? And that keeps repeating, right? Keeps staying in the shadow, keeps not exposing themselves, keep living in fear. That's what the moon is about. Keep feeding on the illusion, or keep believing the illusions of, or there's so many questions you can ask with the moon. Like I said, too much water here, but not only in thoughts, like overthinking. Yeah, all right. So let's get some cards here from the truth. So what's the truth? It's from this deck here. I just bought it recently. Lenormand cards, Mirror Truth. I love this deck. So what's the truth that we need to know about all these moon cycles here? And we understand we got to sacrifice something. Or you don't need to sacrifice yourself at all. The fox lady. Okay. You don't need to sacrifice being foxy. Nobody says you have to change that. You are unique in your own way. There's a lot of fire and passion here with this. You can embrace yourself to the fullest and don't be afraid what people are going to think of you and how they're going to perceive you. Because they always misjudge you because they are too self-aware. They are in the conscience. You live in your subconscious. You dig deep your subconscious and your fears and bring them to the surface, and you know which part of yourself you need to expose to the fullest. The fox lady is saying embrace that with courage and confidence. And that's what you Gemini are. You're a fox lady. and he's saying that that's who you are, and don't let nobody point the finger or judge you for being different or because you don't compile to and compromise to how things are supposed to go and be, because there's no morality in anything you do. That Gemini is being a twin, has more than two personalities, Gemini. And I've read that somewhere. It's not only about two personalities, they have multiple personalities. It's like that snake shedding the skin, and there's different person in a different environment, different situation, but they fully embrace that in that moment, and they're fully themselves. They're never, they're themselves. So there's no lies there. They're themselves in that particular situation. Maybe there's part of you that you don't want to let go of other aspects of yourself. You don't want to compromise. You don't want to sacrifice other part of your individuality and personality. That's what it is. Now I get it, all this with the depth and the shadow side. You are these multiple people, and just the way it is, and you cannot give up any of those. There is the necessity to be flirty sometimes when it comes to the fox lady. It can be you, Gemini. It can be a man too. And he's saying that just let them be that person, because you just got to trust them. Otherwise, if you don't let them express themselves like this with passion and creativity,